You're standing on the edge of a cliff. The view is breathtaking. Wind rushes past your ears. Below you, a sheer drop into the void. You're perfectly safe standing behind the railing. You're not sad. You're not reckless. And then it hits you. A sudden, chilling impulse. A fleeting image flashes through your mind. What if I jumped? The thought is intrusive, alien.
You know you deserve better.
It feels like a whisper
was
from a
that?
darker version of yourself. Immediately, you recoil. You step back from the edge, heart pounding, horrified by your own brain. Where did that come from? Am I secretly suicidal? If you've experienced this, you've heard l'appel du vide, the call of the void. It's one of the most terrifying and misunderstood phenomena of the human mind. It can happen on rooftops, balconies, train platforms, or even while driving. The sudden urge to swerve into oncoming traffic. For centuries, people kept this experience secret, fearing they were mentally unstable. But modern psychology has finally demystified the call of the void. And the truth is far stranger than fiction. This terrifying impulse isn't a sign that you want to die. It's actually a powerful, albeit confusing signal that proves you desperately want to live. To understand why your brain tortures you like this, we need to look at the delicate and sometimes clumsy way it processes danger. Your brain is a survival machine. Its primary job is to keep you alive. When you approach a high place, your brain instantly recognizes the danger. Warning, potential fall hazard. This is normal, but how your brain communicates this warning to your conscious mind is where things get weird. Imagine your brain's internal communication system. You have the unconscious reactive part. Let's call it the security guard. And you have the conscious rational part. Let's call it the CEO. When you look down from a height, the security guard immediately identifies the threat. It needs to get the CEO's attention fast to make sure the body steps away from the edge. In a perfect system, the security guard would calmly radio the CEO. We are near a ledge. Please step back. But the security guard is primal. It doesn't use words. It uses impulses and emotions. And sometimes, in its panic, it scrambles the message. Instead of sending the message, be careful, you might fall, it accidentally sends the impulse, jump. Why such a catastrophic miscommunication? It's known as the high place phenomenon, HPP theory. The brain is trying to signal the fastest way to get away from the danger. Ironically, the fastest way out of the precarious situation is to jump. The brain isn't actually telling you to jump to your death. It's highlighting the danger so vividly that the possibility of jumping becomes the most prominent thought. Your conscious mind, the CEO, receives this raw impulse, jump, and is understandably horrified. The CEO knows jumping is catastrophic. This conflict, the impulse from the security guard and the rational horror from the CEO, results in that immediate physical recoil. You jump backwards. The very fact that you recoil in horror is the proof that the system worked. The security guard got your attention, and the CEO took decisive action to ensure survival. The call of the void, therefore, isn't a death wish.
Well,
it's your survival instinct kicking in, but communicating through a very clumsy, misinterpreted signal. There's another layer to this phenomenon involving the conflict between your senses, specifically your vision and your vestibular system, your inner ear responsible for balance. When you are high up, your vision system sees a vast distance. But if you are standing still, your vestibular system reports that your body is stable and balanced. These two signals contradict each other. Vision says, we are in a dynamic, dangerous environment. Balance says, everything is fine and stable. This sensory mismatch can cause slight dizziness or disorientation. Your brain hates contradictions. It tries to resolve the mismatch. Sometimes, the brain tests the situation. It sends a micro signal to the muscles, causing a slight sway. This sway confirms to the brain that it is in control and that the environment is dangerous. But this testing process can also trigger the alarm system we talked about earlier. The slight sway makes the security guard panic, leading right back to the scrambled jump signal. It's a feedback loop of conflicting information and overactive safety mechanisms. So, who experiences the call of the void? You might assume it's reckless people or those struggling with depression, but research shows the opposite. Studies, notably one from Florida State University, found no correlation between the high place phenomenon and suicidal ideation. People experiencing the call of the void were often the ones who most affirmed their love for life. However, the studies found a significant link with anxiety. People who are more prone to anxiety are more likely to experience the call of the void. This seems paradoxical. Why would anxious people who fear danger have an impulse to jump? It's because anxiety means you have a highly sensitive internal alarm system. Your security guard is always on high alert. Anxious individuals are hyper-aware of both external threats and their own internal bodily signals. They are more likely to notice the sensory mismatch and the scrambled survival signal. A less sensitive person might ignore the subtle dizziness or the fleeting impulse, but an anxious mind amplifies it, bringing it to the forefront of consciousness. So, if you experience this call frequently, it might not mean you are reckless. It means your internal security system is incredibly vigilant, perhaps even working overtime. The call of the void is a terrifying reminder of the complex, ancient wiring inside our skulls. We are running modern software on very old hardware. Our survival instincts evolved to navigate jungles and savannas, not skyscrapers and suspension bridges. When faced with modern heights, our primal brain sometimes glitches. It's a misfire of the mechanism designed to protect us. A false alarm caused by sensory overload and misinterpreted signals. So the next time you stand at a high place and hear that dark whisper, "What if I jumped?" Don't panic about the thought itself. Recognize it for what it is, your brain's clumsy, awkward way of reminding you how precarious life is, and how much you want to hold on to it. The fear you feel isn't the call to jump. The fear is the affirmation of life. Step back from the edge, take a deep breath, and thank your overprotective brain for doing its job, even if its communication skills need a little work. Thanks for watching Curious Guy Decodes. Stay safe, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video.